Chapter 204. Easy. Eh? The stupid voice of the Demon King who didn't think that I would refuse it. Oh, well. Even though I put out an atmosphere that a favorable answer seems to be heard, it's a refusal when hearing it. It's like receiving an interview with a good feeling, and when the announcement of the interview is seen, it's a fail. Why? Well, after all, I who became a god don't have to be particular about this star anymore. The reason why I aimed... Right. So somebody talked about this before. The word used in Japanese roughly translates to celestial body, which could mean planet or star. She probably means planet, but the translator translates it as star. So... The reason why I aimed at the administrator desperately is because this star will become bad soon. Because it seems that every star will end up dying if I don't do something, I aimed at the administrator position that can do something. But when I actually became a god, I noticed that it's fine even if I didn't need to be particular about this star. If I feel like it, I can escape from this star anytime by using the space magic. Yes, I can do it. Although such a thing was impossible by the dimension magic so far, that's the story with the limited frame called the skills. Like how the previous hero and Demon King did so, it's possible to even return to Earth by crossing the dimension if I develop the transfer magic. Although it will take quite a number of days to complete the magic formula, at least it will be completed earlier than this star collapses. When thinking so, there's no need to use my body purposely to stop this star's collapse. Although there's the part that I think of the people in this star, if everything collapses, it's refreshing. Although I'm interested in the vampire child or the other reincarnated people, there's no obligation to save them purposely. Is this the influence of apotheosis? The anger of the people of this star that I had decreases. Perhaps the foundation of that anger flowed from the soul of the Demon King who's in front of me. Because everything was digested by the apotheosis and drank up, I think that the present me can judge without idle thoughts. Does it mean that I become closer to the former self at the moment I was born? But then, it's not that I don't have any anger at all. There's the feeling of being annoyed, but rather that saying it has the person concerned. It's like seeing a villain in the movie. The anger felt in the villain over the screen. It's a feeling of that extent. Although I'm sorry that I throw it into confusion thoroughly so far, I will leave the star coolly. Kumo's thought number 4. I will leave the star and live freely now that I become a god. Yes, my feeling is goodbye. You should give up. And yet, Giri warns me with a serious look. Why? The thing called star is mostly managed by the gods. This star was originally managed by the dragons, but they abandoned it. D is supposed to manage the star for convenience now. The jurisdiction of D, who is the highest ranked god, means that the other gods won't come to interfere, but the effect is lost if she leaves the star. If we assume that the independent gods migrate to the star where intellectual creatures can live, they will be repelled by the local gods. What? In other words, every stars have administrators, and if I invade the star without the permission of the administrators, I will be attacked? By the way, Earth is my jurisdiction. Ah, is that so? Then it's the most comfortable to let me live in the Earth. I don't mind that you return to Earth particularly, but there's about 2 conditions. I can only have a bad feeling. First one is to become my kin. Yes, never! If I become the kin of such ill-natured person, I'm sure that I will experience something frightening than death. I will say this just in case. Becoming my kin is considerably an extraordinary condition, you know? Is it? I turn my eyes to Giri with little doubt. D's kin, without a loan, your personal safety is guaranteed. Doing something to her kin has the same meaning as opposing D. There's no fool who will make a move on D's kin unless that person is an outstanding daredevil. D's influence is strong in the god's world to that extent. Seriously? In addition, you may do as you please as long as you abide some rules. However, you must obey my orders sometimes. When you said it like that, it's not a bad condition unexpectedly, huh? The second one is to cooperate with that Demon King. I want to see this story until the end. That's why this is the first order rather than a request. I see. What should I do? The advantage when I accept D's proposal is a supporter called D is made. According to Giri, this seems to be considerably big. The disadvantage is that I have to be under the supervision of the extremely troublesome existence called D. Even if I don't hear Giri's speech, she constructs the system as her status, and her status as god is clearly far higher than me. To be frank, I can't win. Although it's my way of life up until now to escape with every effort, if I can't win against the opponent, I don't have the confidence to be able to get away from this person. Then it's better to jump into it, huh? But it's D. Kumo-chan, if you cooperate with me, I will let you eat delicious things to your heart's content, you know? Yes, with pleasure. Well, please present that condition from the beginning. I will do my very best. Motivation max. Delicious things. Is this alright? It's not alright. It's a big problem. What? Why is it a big problem? So she only agrees to go through with the Demon King's plan because if she does, D will allow her to go back to Earth and eat a bunch of delicious food. That's great.